Okay, we got some people. Let me know if notifications went out. All right. So let me know if I'm coming through okay. Oh yeah, you saw a notification. Good. I didn't love the episode. I couldn't tell you if it was good or bad. I really couldn't. The opening scene was pretty good, but it's kind of one of those things where the first scene is up here, but then the rest of the episode is down here. So I don't know. It just felt off in places. Is the best way to put it. I would probably give it like a 6 out of 10, maybe 6 out of 10. I know this is an unpopular opinion. I know people will disagree, but I think Danni went too far. I ain't saying Jonah is a saint. He's scum. The moment that he spit in her face, I'm like, that was messed up. And now is Sabrina in a wig? Because I know she actually has her hair, natural sometimes, like on her social media. So I don't know. But yeah, I did see the. Oh, actually, somebody sent me the promo because I only saw like 3 seconds of it. I did not like the Zach and Fatima scene. That was the first scene because I tweeted that out. I said that scene just felt off to me. Like it just felt like there was some weird tension that should not have been there. All right, let me go ahead and watch this. That spit in the face was called for murder or was cause for murder. I don't know. That's attempted murder. What's attempted murder? She literally killed the guy. Oh, somebody got me the end credit scene. Let me watch it. Oh yeah, Sabrina wearing a wig. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. I was watching the trailer. Next week looks pretty decent, but yeah, tonight felt weird. We know that Deja is going to warn Zach about Madam. It was self-defense. Okay, I got so many arguments against that. I'm no lawyer, but I'm pretty sure that was premeditated. I mean, you could argue that was insanity, but just I posted the clip when Hannah ran over Jim in the haves and the have-nots when she got in her car and drove off because Jim was still, like he broke the window. He was still trying to attack her. But the moment that Hannah drove off, but then in her mind decided to turn around and run him over, I'm pretty sure she can be charged with murder at that point. With Danni, yeah, he slapped her, spit in her face. I think she like attempted to run to the kitchen to get a knife, but he pinned her to the ground. Was he choking her? I think I might have watched that from the wrong angle, but it looked like he was potentially choking her. But then he went so far as to say, next time I'll kill you. And you're lucky it was me and not somebody else that would kill you. So then he left the apartment. She chased after him. She got like a plank of wood or something and started, just railing on him. He got in his car. She broke his windows, then proceeded to get into her car and then ram into his, killing him. That was not self-defense. I was wondering about it. If she killed the guy last night and in Sisters it's now the following evening or late afternoon, shouldn't Danny have been arrested or something? Did she go on the run for like maybe 18 hours? That doesn't make sense. I give this episode a 10 out of 10. Nah, I give it like a 6. I thought Hayden was a tax attorney. Yes, he is, but I think in Tyler Perry land, a character is whatever position at their job that Tyler Perry needs them to be. That's why some people joke like, man, it seems like there's only one nurse or one doctor at this entire hospital. I thought, yeah, Aaron and Zach will fight at a restaurant at some point. I guess that's the oh god. Yeah, if that's the Zatima date, I want to be pissed off. Hang on. The comments. So no wonder Tyler Perry keeps writing this nonsense. Love my people, but they love the foolishness, can't separate themselves from it whatsoever. My bad. Yeah, there are a lot of comments I missed. Let me go ahead and read through these real quick. Yeah. I'm not condoning spitting in someone's face. I feel like that's one of the most insulting things ever, but I'm pretty sure that's not grounds to kill someone. But then again, I wouldn't know. Yeah, it's going to be hard to prove it was insanity. The prosecution would go for premeditated for sure. It's bad enough he hit her, then had the nerve to spit in her face. So disgusting. Choked her on the floor. Yes. See, I bet Zach's baby mama lawyers Hayden. That would be a good twist. Also, can we take a moment to once again confirm Sisters and Zatima do not they're not in the same universe, because Fatima brought up beating Deja up outside of the hot tub, which happened in Zatima episode 10, which was after her and Zach got engaged. But yet in Sisters, he has not proposed yet, meaning that, yes, these are two separate universes. Which, again, I was rewatching Zatima episode 2 and episode 5 last night, and I just thought to myself, yes, why would I watch Sisters when Zatima so much better? Also, I didn't care about the Gary and Andy stuff, even though, look, I'm not going to lie. If I bought a girl a penthouse and put in her name, which I would never be dumb enough to do, you're not going to tell me that I have to leave when you leave. Is Zach proposing next episode? I don't think so. Now, I was thinking that too. If the baby mama vouches for Danny of Jonah being abusive. So, but still, I don't think. What if Jonah ain't dead? With Tyler Perry writing, I could actually see that. Maybe Danny didn't confirm it, but then again, I don't know. What if Hayden is Heather's brother or cousin? That's actually pretty interesting. Or someone he hired to get Zach. I don't know. Miss Lisa didn't fix it. No, Miss Lisa should not have left. She has only been around for 36 hours. I gave this episode a 6 out of 10. Do you think Madam won't show up again? I don't. I mean, technically speaking, she did say she wanted to meet Zach, and Fatima said she would arrange it. So I guess she might show up again. Yeah, I think the reason Zach asked Fatima on a date is to propose, but given the vibe and energy of that entire Zatima scene, I wasn't really feeling it. It just felt like forced tension. It was self-defense in the apartment when he hit her. Yeah, in the apartment, but she clearly followed him outside of the apartment, started wielding on him with a plank, and then killed him. If Jonah was dead, shouldn't she have been to the police station? Someone should have called the police. Yeah, again, that makes no sense. Actually, let me tweet that. Wait, if Danny killed Jonah last night, shouldn't she have been arrested or brought to the police station? Here we are during the. Hang on. Wait, if Danny killed Jonah last night, shouldn't she have been arrested or brought to the police station? Here we are during the late afternoon, evening of the following day, and she's casually walking into the firm looking for Andy. Okay, that's good. That's good. Anywho, back to the comments. Neighbors are nosy. In Tyler Perry's world, neighbors only exist when they need to. Zach ain't going to have. I feel like he's going to be scared to death of Madam, but then be taken off guard when she's pleasant towards him. I guess these sisters say okay more than the white girls say like. True. I hope Jonah is not dead. Yeah, I mean, nobody heard that car crash. Yeah, I thought she'd take off the glasses too, but she didn't. Danny's from the streets. Well, she's going to be behind bars. Stupid games, stupid prizes, all that jazz. And I don't take back what I said. I still don't feel sorry for her. The spit thing really got me like, okay, that was messed up, but yeah. Again, if he's not dead, how does that make sense? That makes no legal sense. Where's the landlord? 5 seasons, and it took a random murder to see the outside of Danny's apartment. I know, right? And didn't that look like the same apartment complex that Zach and Fatima were outside earlier this season when he brought her back to where they met? Danny should have cut him after the spitting part, but she had no knife. She was going for the knife until Jonah choked her. And technically, she didn't run him over. She ran him down, or what do you mean? Crashed her car into his. Maybe she left right away and then went home the next day, got dressed, and went to the lawyer's office. But how could she go home? I'm pretty sure cops and firefighters and everything, or the ambulances, would be in the parking lot. So it's not like she could just go in there, crash into him again. I thought Danny had a weapon. And what was Danny driving? I was so caught up in the scene, I did not notice. It wasn't like an orange thing. Yeah, it reminded me of the scene of Daddy's Little Girls, or when Benny rammed his car into Quincy's at strip club. I thought he was in the car. Yes, he was in the car. What happened with Karen? Okay, let me just sum this up. She is aware of the calendar thing that Fatima suggested to find out who the real baby daddy is. She did it. And because of that, she knows that it's Zach's baby. Now, Miss Lisa said, but have you went over that information with the doctor to get confirmation? And Karen said, no, Miss Lisa wants to arrange a checkup in order to confirm who the father is, but she ducked and dodged the subject, yet again proving that Karen does not know that Zach is definitely the father of the child. She's only sticking to that belief. And she won't go to the professional to get the information, which to me, again, I don't know who the daddy is. Honestly, I don't care. I don't think she's even going to have the baby because this is Tyler Perry writing. She's probably going to have a miscarriage. What I'm thinking is this. She knows that Zach is not the father because Aaron has his own calendar. And as a result, so the calendar might not work. It was the same week. Sperm can live in the body a few days. As somebody who knows little about this kind of stuff, I can't give a solid conclusion. What do you think Miss Lisa and the accountant talked about at the salon? I wish we would have seen that conversation because it felt off-putting to see Karen acting like a teenage girl. I didn't know Miss Lisa worked at the VA. Neither did I. Correct. Karen does not know, and we will never know either. She just happened to have her keys to the car. That is a good point. Did she go back and get them? Because I saw her walk back to the apartment. It was just weird. Yeah, I'm still wondering why Karen, despite all the crazy things she's done. Karen, I mean, Jonah is allegedly dead. Yeah, Jonah getting blamed for what Danny because he hit her. I knew Danny was not going to let him hit her. Oh, Miss Lisa's retired military. This show isn't even about the sisters anymore. I mean, I think the best part of this episode um was the fact that we see that Andy is really more a friend with Fatima than Karen. Notice that Andy lied to Karen about knowing about that dinner, but then when Fatima stepped into the office, she wanted to know all the details. And she even said, "You're always there for me." And I'm like, well, Karen, I think you've been replaced. What role do you think Preston will play in this Danny situation? Preston needs to stay far away, stay in Texas. Who lost their mind better, in your opinion, Hannah or Danny? I'm going to be honest here. I think it was Hannah because she literally saw her dead daughter floating face or up in a pool of water or tub. I think Hannah did it better. Danny, I think for me, it just felt so repetitive because we've seen it before. I mean, that's just my opinion. That's not to say Mignon's acting wasn't good. It's just that we've seen it before. Danny upgraded from hitting people with airport carts to hitting people with cars. Finally, no Calvin or Q storyline. You know what? Maybe I would give the episode an extra point because of that, but it really dragged in places. Fatima's going to save the day for Danny. I get Jonah with that pole before he got to the car, but probably moved to the other side when she busted the windows. Yeah. I need to go back and rewatch that scene, to be honest. Um, what's there to talk about? I mean, like I said, Karen was acting like a teenage kid. Also, Miss Lisa leaving, I did not like that. It just felt so out of place. I mean, me too. I wanted Miss Lisa to stay to at least find out who the daddy was. Now that she's gone, I have no doubt Karen's going to find out who the daddy is. It's not going to be Zach's baby, but she's still going to act like it is. All the girls going to be teams Fatima. That is a good point. Fatima and Andy have great conversations, real conversations, but with Karen, it's a one-way conversation. She's usually telling her what to do. This is why she likes to talk with Fatima. I think Tyler Perry is at the point where he will start unraveling each character and give us a little background because there's no way all these characters are this perfect. Define perfect. These people have been messed up since season 1. Is Logan going to return? Yeah, he's going to be in season 6. No, episode 11 is the mid-season. That's December 21st, I think. I forgot. I think everybody's going to be killing everybody in season 6. Yeah, 21st. Tyler Perry about to kill half these characters. Why not kill Q? Seriously, there are so many other people that deserve to be killed other than Jonah. I'm not vouching for Jonah. I'm just saying, like, there are other characters who are trash. I really think this baby's not Zach's or Aaron's going to be that one night stand Rico. It could, I doubt it. Continuity wise, I don't know. I think Danny's makeup is hiding her bruises. That is, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I did see Sabrina's hair. Do you think Sabrina's hair is cut? You think she's going to have a lawsuit for violating rights? I don't know. You know when murderers in jail, you know when murders in jails happen, you know? Oh, I don't think Tyler Perry will use any of the main characters to kill anyone. You mean you didn't think? Sorry, responding messages real quick. Oh yeah, I've not seen it over yet. I will probably watch it tonight. I heard it was really good though. I don't think Andy should team up with Robin. I think Andy should team up with Robin. Also, yeah. Tonight's episode just didn't make sense for a lot of things. Like, for one, if Robin didn't know who sent the email, why didn't he get someone to confirm who it was first before going off on Andy? Now he was fixing to apologize, and Andy basically told him to leave if it wasn't work related. So now she's going to be acting like she's innocent when in reality she did sleep with the janitor. What do you think Zach is going to ask Fatima to marry him? We know somebody who's definitely not capable of killing someone. Calvin, he can't even fight. Now, if Calvin killed someone, I think that would look pathetic because it just shows, oh, I can't win a fight, so I'm just going to straight up kill someone. All right. I mean, it's Hayden. He's going to do something corny like send an email. Did Danny really kill that man? Allegedly, yes. I mean, that's what they say. Why was the CIA needed to check an IP address? Yeah, that makes sense. I know 20-year-olds. Yeah, I know people who are tech wizards who can do that. Do you think Robin and Andy are going to end up together? They have no business together. I thought they were. They could have been a good match, but Andy just used him when she was mad at Gary. If she didn't continue to entertain Gary, then yes, those two would have been a interesting fit. And how is Zach's neighbor going to warn him when she has been warned? Well, there's nothing wrong with that per se because she knows Madam's reputation. So she's letting Zach know you need to watch your steps. So I really don't think there was anything wrong with that. Robin a fool for not firing Hayden on the spot. Yeah. I mean, couldn't Hayden sue or something for him doing that? I don't know. Look, the thing is, I know real world logic, rules, regulations, and laws about some things, but then Tyler Perry will warp the laws in his show to excuse a character from not being arrested or taken out of the series, you know? So Fatima's annoyance with Zach was off. They got to talk when she wants to. That's why I didn't like the scene. I didn't care for Fatima's demeanor per se, but I just felt this scene had weird tension for no reason at all. Really, it wasn't. Hayden low key scared now. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there have been a couple of death fake outs in this show already, so who's to say Jonah isn't another one? I want Hayden and his smirk gone. Robin should sue Hayden for sending that email. Well, I don't know if he can. I'm no expert in this, but I don't know. It just seems weird. Remember when Hayden died? Oh yeah, he's ruined the Zatima dynamic. It's gotten to the point where you should just cut off the show and watch Zatima again. Yeah, how did Andy let Gary stay over at all the stuff he's done and she won't talk to Robin? Thank you. She's just mad because she got called out. Now, yes, I do feel in some ways Robin was a bit petty, but he wasn't wrong. She's just snippy that she got called out for being a hoe. That's pretty much it. The question is, does Tyler Perry remember? Nope. So yeah, I mean, just to sum it up, I don't think Danny should have killed the dude. I'm not vouching for Jonah. I'm saying that she went too far and now she's got to deal with the consequences. I'm not going to lie. I would be mad if Madam magically prevented her from from going to jail. Because what kind of message is that in the writing? Trust me, my mom looks at what's that channel called? ID, a bunch of those, neighbors from hell, basically all these detective shows and all where they talk about, murder cases and whatnot. Robin had another girl come to his hotel when Andy left. Yeah. Isn't that email harassment in the workplace? I don't know. Look, it's like I've said before, we can use logic, but that doesn't mean Tyler Perry does. Yo, somebody already memed Sabrina's wig. I'm locked up and they won't let me out. Will Lisa leave the show in season 5? I don't know. I feel like at this point she's probably gone for good, which is stupid because that wig took me out. Jeremy, do you think Danny's going to jail? Let me put it this way. I hope so. I still think that, I still don't feel bad when Zach and Fatima went to jail last season because they broke the law. That's why I'm saying somebody check on our good Maurice. Robin said Andy can sue for defamation, even though, yeah, that's what I wanted to see in the episode. I wanted to see if Andy would have confessed to having relations with Paris, because that would have said a lot about her character. But I don't know. This is a lot messed up with this. I feel like it's written so Andy's going to come out of this thing squeaky clean when she's dirty, despite sleeping with a janitor. I wonder if they cut Maurice's hair. What hair? I've seen Andy do one divorce case, technically 2. She did one in episode 1, and she also handled Aaron's divorce. It may be just me, but Zach and Fatima, this episode was kind of like the first episode of Martin when Gina was mad for petty stuff. The scene with Zatima was weird. Yes, that's exactly what I tweeted out. It just didn't feel right. From the porridge to Zach to Fatima, I don't know. Confess again, it's nobody's business who she sleeps with. That's true, but when it's workplace relations, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest, because I feel like we're just going nowhere with that storyline. No, she stay in the car. She screamed the next day. Andy was okay. No, she didn't. She stayed in the car. She screamed the next day. Andy was calling, looking for her, couldn't find her. So she comes in asking for Andy. Just because Danny didn't answer the phone doesn't mean she was allegedly on the run, because she could just be somewhere and not answer the phone. Miss Lisa probably has projects she's working on. That's very true, but I feel like her character still needs to be there because it feels like in the grand scheme of things, nothing really was accomplished at all. We just wasted 5 weeks for nothing. No, they don't go to work every day. There have been weekends. I mean, so Maurice nor Sabrina going to get bailed out. I don't know. We just got to wait and see. Do y'all think Karen will even have the baby or miscarriage? Possibly. I don't know. Possibly. I remember when Andy told Fatima she wouldn't recommend a work relationship. Yet that's exactly what she's doing with Robin. Technically, I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, because his company's probably contracted to clean the building, but I don't know. 5 weeks for nothing. Yeah, it's true. Oh, did I miss the promo? I saw the end credit trailer, not the promo. But yeah. Wow. Some people are calling Andy Two-Face for lying to Karen, but then spilling tea with Fatima about the dinner. I'm not mad about that, actually. Go, Jeremy. We almost at 300 people in the chat. I didn't even notice the number. I'm just happy we're doing good. It's just the fact that the murder, I feel like, was overdoing it. Let's talk about the trailer. All right. Also, first off, I have not watched The Oval. I have not watched House of Pain yet. I might watch Bruh tomorrow. I do not know yet. It is not on my priority list. I wonder what will happen in 9 months. Technically 8. She's a month pregnant. Doesn't Paris and his mom own the janitorial company? Yes. No, she didn't hit. No, she didn't hit him. She hit him as she was going out. He got in his car. She busted out his windows and then got in her car and ran him over. But he was in his car, right? So she basically crashed her car into his. She didn't lie. At that point, she didn't know Fatima was there as well. True. If Karen stays pregnant, she's going to stay pregnant for 2 years. Don't even talk about Melissa from the Haves and the Have-Nots. Do you think Sabrina and Maurice will still be friends after they get out of jail? Possibly. Don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, man. Let me check the messages real quick, see if anybody sent me any updates. So how does she know he's dead? Your guess is as good as mine. Aiden is too cocky. Do you know what got me the way Madam confronted Deja? Yeah. I don't think either baby is Zach's. Karen wants. Yeah. Okay. Any other topics of discussion? We don't have to end the live stream now. I'm just wondering. Jailhouse braids by now. Y'all messed up. I wonder who Heather's attorney is. I mean, does child support fall under the category of taxes because Hayden is a tax attorney? Let me Google that. Can a tax attorney handle child support? Ruthless comes back next week. Yes, Shani D, you are correct. I just Googled it, and it does say that falls under a family law. So, yeah. When is Ruthless coming back next Thursday? When does All the Queen's Men return? I don't know. Heather, attorney, will 100% be Hayden. Andy was Zach's attorney for child support. I mean, Andy said I'm his legal counsel, but she wasn't the one that got him out. That was Robin. So I guess technically Hayden could be Heather's lawyer or legal counsel, and he'll have the connections to help her out. I guess that's the best way. And Isaac Grip is dead. Donald mentioned that in his statement that he's been killed off screen. So that was stupid. I hated what they did with that. I work with military, and I knew the child support in BA Beach older stories. Oh yeah, somebody asked me this question. Well, I uploaded a bunch of videos. I said season 5 is shaping up to be the worst season yet. And somebody said, could you please do a video detailing what you would like to see in season 6 for each character and a growth perspective? I said I might do it after we get to the mid-season finale, but given the fact that of course season 5 was filmed long ago, they just wrapped up season 6. There's no need for me to talk about what I would want to happen since I know it's not going to happen because we're probably still not going to get anywhere. Hayden was going to help Gary sue Andy, and that doesn't have anything to do with taxes. Again, Tyler Perry will make a person's job position cover whatever category he needs them to. A video ranking all the seasons. I did that last season. 2, 1, 4, 3, and 5 is looking like it's going to be the worst one. All the stuff that happened with Gary, and he could still come in and out of the firm as he pleases. Remember, the FBI raided Andy's office. Well, it was proven that Gary was set up so he can do what he wants. It's kind of like, Zach being able to walk in and out despite assaulting one of the employees. Yeah, there we go. Welcome to Tyler Perry land, where characters randomly do evil things because reasons. That honestly, I wouldn't even have a job doing this if I just said that every video, because it's true. Yeah, I don't know. The whole Hayden thing with Heather, the different universe continuities. This is not the MCU. We should not be dealing with, temporal differences or parallel timelines. It should just be one. It should just be one. Ugh, the Danny and Jonas scene was stupid. That bat would have been upside his head before he even got outside. Was that a bat? I don't know if that was a baseball bat. I just saw a plank of wood. Like I said, I got to go back and rewatch it. Does anybody have the trailer for next week? Nah. This is proving to show why all this quick filming is not the best idea. He needs to wait for some feedback. Pretty much. Tyler Perry's not trying to use murder to justify domestic violence, but he's definitely doing it the Medea style. Mm-hmm. Well, damn, even the MCU connects all the characters. I know, right? That's crazy. Even the MCU is like getting the Fox movies and whatnot and putting that into the continuity. It's kind of weird how a franchise, but then again, that's a franchise with writers. And didn't they just hire a team not long ago to make sure the continuity makes sense? If Tyler Perry doesn't want a writer's room, he needs at least a small team of people for one or all shows to pretty much make sure the storylines fit. Danny will be playing grit ball. What if her and Sabrina are in the same cell? That'll actually be pretty funny if we got Sabrina and Danny in the same jail cell. Tyler Perry doesn't want feedback. He wants us to like whatever he puts out without criticism, which is why Jeremy can't get a hookup, which is unfortunate. It is what it is. Danny had a bat. It was a bat. I'm not saying y'all are wrong. I think the episode dragged for so long that the first scene is kind of fuzzy to me. I remember the spit, choking her. I just saw her use a blunt object to bust the windows out. It's a damn shame. Well, that little boy broke his leg or something at summer camp, and now his daddy's dead. Tyler Perry should make Jeremy a Deja daddy. That'll be the best cameo. Jeremy, the show has been dragging on since we can remember. That's not untrue. It's the fact that it's painfully noticeable now. Maybe because I've been not paying attention to it, but yeah, this really, yeah. I think this is what happens when you have certain characters on the bench. Like Sabrina didn't bring a lot to the show, but her presence is definitely missed. I only watch Sistas, Zatima. I want to get into another show, which is a better watch. I would say season 4 of The Oval is the best. Arguably, All the Queen's Men season 2 is apparently really good. It was a pipe, painfully noticeable now. Yeah. It was a pipe. It was a piece of wood. I don't know. It kind of moved a bit too fast for me, if you give my honest opinion. Sabrina brought some balance. Yeah, it's just the surrounding characters like Calvin and stuff that I didn't like. The Oval is killing it this season. Yeah, Okay, All the Queen's Men season 1 was good, but then the Tyler Perry written episodes stood out as really bad, at least in my opinion. Okay, can we take a sidebar? I've been getting a lot of questions about this. The Sistas contest to celebrate 100 episodes is some sort of contest going on in Atlanta where 3 people will win $5,000, and then another person, I think, gets like a VIP treatment. The Oval season 5 should be coming next year. Yeah, I think Zach is going to propose. Yeah, let me guess. Calvin will want Sabrina again when he visits her in jail. Tyler Perry is losing me. This season's dry. Bio is going to be in season 6, so he's going to be coming back. Hey, somebody on Twitter literally is named "It's Not Zach's Baby." Okay, that's pretty funny. I still have not watched all the Queen's Men season 2. I've not been in a rush to watch the show, mainly because I don't really want to watch a male stripper show. But on top of that, season 1 videos didn't do too great, so I don't feel like being invested in another show. But then again, people argue, but bruh sucks in your views, but you do it anyway. That's not a bad argument. But like I said, I don't know if I'm watching it yet. Well, I mean, reviewing it. I am going to watch bruh, but I'm not really in a rush to do so. Like, I'm the only one that reviews the dang show. So you're not the only one who thinks Tyler Perry will make Zach the father of Karen's baby because he's doing everything to make his life miserable. Yeah, bro, and House of Pain, similar intro. Sorry, just checking messages again to see if anybody sent me a trailer. All right, what else? If Zach is the father, she will definitely going to use the child to get him every time. What did you give the show? 6 out of 10. It dragged too much. No one came to the bank but Zach and Calvin. Yeah, Andy's only been in the bank once, right? That's when she went to get that money that Gary gave her. This was like the middle of season 2. Why would she tell him that Zach already knows he's in with her cousin? Nah, I mean, Zach knows Fatima has that gangster in her, but he doesn't know her full family lineage. Remember, there's a lot that Fatima has yet to tell him. 5 seasons in, no character growth. Yeah, it's sad. It really is. Is Jake returning in season 6? At this point, I highly doubt it. We better hope Zach's not the father. Yeah, Karen. Now I'm really glad none of the sisters' characters are going to be in there yet. I think Tyler will tell the viewers who the baby daddy is. I highly doubt we will find out who the baby daddy is. Karen's going to find out in the mid-season finale. I don't think we will. That's going to be the key for us to watch the show next year. That will be effective misdirection. What do you think Andy will do with the information from Gary's pocket? Okay, first of all, why did she not just take out her phone and take pictures of the contract? Why was she just sitting there reading it? And plus, didn't she read it the night before? So what is she doing with it again? Like I said, this episode dragged. Aaron will happily be stepdaddy to Zach and Karen's baby. Again, it's just way too weird. Yeah, Bio is coming back. Fatima has told Zach about her cousins, and they had that talk. So Zach, yes, they had the talk, but at least in the night's episode, it feels like we're back to Zach underestimating what Fatima's already told him. Andy read it, then she slept with Gary and looked at it again. Yeah. Yeah, I said the same thing. Why didn't she just take pictures? The episode made me want to skip next week. Skip to next week. I agree. Seriously, I mean, like I said earlier in the live stream, I know the Gary Andy stuff. I don't care about it, but you're not going to tell me to leave when you leave and I bought the damn house, even though it's not in my name, which was stupid of Gary to do that. But yeah, I don't know. Karen keeps coming around and she's not being brought up to. First of all, Karen ain't going to know who the baby daddy is. DNA tests already said Zach same week. Why didn't Danny just kick him where it hurts and run? I don't know. I mean, matter of fact, let me get on Twitter. I want to see what Mignon has to say about Danny tonight. Give me 1 second, because I really want to know how she's going to defend this. MIG. Let me see what she got to say. Okay, I don't see any tweets from her yet. Because, I mean, literally, that's the thing I said about what she posted last week. Her post about domestic violence are correct, but my problem is she used it as a blanket statement. You know, all domestic violence is wrong and whatnot. I'm not saying domestic violence is right. I'm saying that what needs to happen is you need to look at the Danny situation as an isolated situation, because of the fact that this wasn't Danny being forcibly pushed into a car that drove off into the night, or her just walking down the street, somebody grabs her, take her into an alley and do what they will with her. Danny willingly brought this man who she barely knew to her home. Then things escalated from there. So I think that saying that, you know what, putting blame on Danny or some blame is why women don't come forward. I think that's wrong on so many levels in this situation. I will say the best actress on the show is yeah, I don't like Karen, but Ebony has done a fantastic job. That's the one thing I will say. Even though I hate the repetitive writing, Tyler does give Ebony a lot of chances to show the emotional range of Karen. I don't like the way she's acting as a character, but I like the way the character is portrayed by the actor, if that makes sense. Why didn't Danny grab the knife on the way out of the apartment? She caught up with him anyway. At least they would have been inside. Again, another valid question. Tyler Perry is like Darkseid or Thanos when it comes to dark episodes. He's going to kill some characters. Yeah. No blame on Danny. Yeah. I noticed that Tyler Perry tended to drag storylines without any real dramatic results. That's the thing. Like, he's good at a setup, but he's not good with the final delivery. And then sometimes it's the opposite, where we get like tonight, a deadly finale to what happened to Danny last week, but the setup for it felt completely out of place. I mean, how did we go from this dude being drunk and very bad at sex to Danny seeing red and killing him? DeVal is a good actor too. Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm talking about in I think the person said like in this season. Yeah, I even said last season, season 4, Ebony was definitely the standout actor. That's not to say Crystal and DeVal didn't have good scenes too, but I think Ebony shined because she was able to portray more range. And that's the bad part about the Tyler Perry writing, because it's so repetitive and a lot of these characters never change. See, that's the thing. Zach is one of the only characters on the show we've seen development. Ebony is a standout actor because her character gets the most range. Crystal as well, when it comes to like her and DeVal. I mean, DeVal and Crystal. Maybe the doctor tells her that she can't have kids. I don't know. Tyler Perry is a way of destroying a character multiple times. So I'm very interested to see what's going on with this. Random, I don't think Barry's come back to the Oval. Fatima's acting like she's afraid to let Zach know she's pregnant because of all the drama with Karen. That's an interesting take on it. If Hayden is Heather's lawyer, then the baby and whole child support thing is a setup. Well, I think the way the way Hayden's looking at it is, well, if Gary's not going to help me get Zach's money, then I'm going to set him up. Yes, Zach is the only character with growth. And the problem is when he has those moments of regression, they really stand out. Like last week. She needs to start showing she needs to mature. Words don't equal hitting, but hitting definitely leads to more hitting. Danny's no saint, but he could have verbally said without no pun. Yeah, I mean, I did that 25-minute video, then I did a bunch of posts about it. Truth be told, I only titled it the way it was. I don't feel bad for Danny to get clicks. So you can say I'm clickbaiting, but technically I'm not, because in the video I break down why I feel like it's not a good thing to absolve Danny of any blame. So like I said before, I don't think, and this is prior to tonight's episode, I'm only talking about last week. Jonah was out of pocket for calling her out of her name and for putting his hand on her by slapping her. And then, of course, you know what happened tonight. But I think Danny should have definitely read the situation more in terms of the red flags and whatnot. That is a very good point. 3 years with Zach, Karen not pregnant, but Zach, she's pregnant, not making sense. That's a good, yeah. Who said clickbait? Oh, I mean, you didn't say clickbait, but I feel like there will be some people who feel that way. In the comments section of the video, somebody said that. I wonder if Fatima going to tell Zach to check on Danny. No more pregnancy, please. Danny stirred the pot. People do messed up stuff, then expect stuff not to be messed up. Yeah. Danny runs her mouth too much. Look, they say talk shit, get hit. I'm not saying she deserved to be hit. All I'm saying is she should have read the room. She should have just took the L and let him go. Simple as that. Andy's not a garden tool. She's not married to anyone. It's her body. She can sleep. My problem is, and this isn't just Robin, I'm talking about any time Andy has been rightfully called out for messing around with multiple people, and she acts all offended. So, yeah. The only thing Robin seemed to have wrong is the fact that it seemed he was a bit uppity, like, oh, Andy will just sleep with anybody. She slept with a janitor, so I don't want to deal with her anymore. Zach going to help Danny get a lawyer? I hope not. Oh, no, I was just curious. I clicked because I like the content. Oh, well, thank you. I think Zach will end up being the father, and then it will unleash a new side of Aaron. Zach didn't regress. If Zach had said anything, would have gone nowhere. I don't know. Well, I mean, to be honest, Zach has already said what he needed to say multiple times. Why does Tyler Perry make it seem like a woman being pregnant is their saving grace? Yeah, that's a good point. Andy's the most insecure of the four, in my view. Karen's delusional. Andy is insecure, materialistic. Sabrina's indecisive. And Danny is just Danny. I just hollered, talk shit, get hit. I mean, I'm just saying, you pretty much dissed his manhood. Again, I'm not saying that he should have called out of her name. So it's like, as soon as he did that, that was kind of the invitation for a clapback. But the problem is, Danny stood up there for like a good 3 or 4 minutes, literally going in. If it was wilding out, it was basically Danny roasting him in the wild style. That's pretty much what it was. Like, she just went on and on and on about how small and bad and bad he was. That's literally it. What episode will Aaron and Zach get into a fight? Probably close to the mid-season, if not the back half of season 2. When Hayden told Gary that Fatima wanted him and he told her to back off, I was dying laughing. Yeah, Hayden is a mess. I'm surprised Andy's not giving Robin a pass, but with Gary, he gets a free pass consistently. Yeah, she acts like she's pissed off, but then by the end of the same day, they're back to talking and in bed together. Well, Danny tells the brutal truth. She's blunt, and the sisters are not used to that truth and rawness. I mean, yeah, I just really didn't know how to describe her in one word or less. I guess 2 words, brutally honest. I don't know. Dang, we've been up here almost an hour, but any final thoughts? Robin thinks he's right, but he will sleep with hookers. I don't know. Yeah, I know I'm going to do a video. Danny went too far. Did Danny go too far? Robin is part of the anybody Andy sleeps with. He needs to take a seat. He does not own her. Yeah, I honestly, just like the whole what story did I say I didn't care about aside from the Calvin and Q stuff? Oh yeah, the Paris stuff. I honestly don't really care. I don't. The Robin Paris, because I'm thinking like, what was that was that contract that Andy read? Did it have to do with Gary trying to take over the company? And if so, why didn't Andy tell Robin? Is it because she's pissed at him? I don't know. Andy realizes she can only tell Karen certain things. Karen never offers sound advice. She only judges Andy. No, Jonah and that woman at the airport, they're divorced. Guys, I am not saying Jonah should have laid hands on Danny. I'm just saying it was the trigger and she pulled it. Because what did I think Bill Bellamy and Chris Rock both did a joke about domestic violence. I think Chris Rock, the one I remember the best, it's like, and I think what's his name? D. Ray Davis, he said it too. It's like about Chris Brown, Rihanna. It's like, you know what? Women have to admit y'all know how to push a man's buttons. I think Bill Bellamy is like, look, women, can y'all admit that every ass whooping doesn't just fall from the sky sometimes? And look, I'm not condoning it. I'm just reciting what the comedian said. You push buttons, you hit triggers, and then it happens. So I'm just saying, like, again, I'm not condoning what he did. I'm just saying that Danny, I don't care. You don't hit a woman. I don't. Would I put hands on a woman? No. But I feel like there are times when it's self-defense. Case in point, when Hayden slapped Fatima at the end of season 3. Remember when they were in Hayden's car, Fatima just walked on in there and then she took out the brass knuckles and like hit him like 3 or 4 times and then he slapped her. Was that not self-defense? Because she hit him multiple times first. Also, season 1, when Jasmine, this was when Jasmine was tossed off the parking garage and landed on the car. She took out a baseball bat and hit Gary almost half a dozen times with the baseball bat. Kind of like what Danny did to Jonah tonight. Gary caught the bat and then backhanded her. Was he wrong for hitting her? No, that was self-defense. So, yeah, obviously, Danny did not strike Jonah prior to him hitting her. What I'm saying is her going on about his manhood is what led to being hit. I'm not saying he was right in hitting her. I'm saying that was the trigger for why he hit her. There's a difference, and I hope you understand that. Y'all know y'all can't say size matters on either side, male or female. Is triggering. Yeah. Who can't handle the truth? Insecurity. Stop trying to justify this mess. I'm not trying to justify it. I'm trying to explain it based on the details. You know what? This is a subject I know I can't win with some people, so let's not even talk about it. All right, totally agree. Danny did her part to bring it on again, not justifying domestic violence. Yeah, that's the thing I hate about having these conversations. If you are completely unwilling to even, if you don't change your mind, if you don't agree, that's completely fine. But if you're not open to listening to the damn facts, then there's no need of having a conversation. I have better things to do with my time. No, Morris isn't coming back in season 6. So that her boy couldn't beat up him up, walk away. Didn't Gary have kids at some point? Apparently kids, but now it's just the one kid who's remedial, I believe. Fatima admits she hit. No, that was the thing that got me about Fatima, because she said, "Oh, yeah, Hayden hit me," and showed the bruise to Zach because that was part of her plan. That makes no sense. You agree with me? You speaking facts? Well, thank you. I know not everybody's going to agree, but to blatantly ignore what I'm saying because there's no excuse, I feel like is the wrong thing to do. Question for you: if a man was just minding his own business, he didn't call a woman out of her name. What if a woman was charging at a man with a knife or something like that? Is a man not allowed to defend himself? Is he allowed to just, does he have to just stand there and get stabbed instead of like shoving the woman? I don't know. See, there's no way to win with this, so I don't even want to talk about it. Okay, how about that? Danny was abusive with her words. They were both wrong. She let the man in her bed freely. Yeah. And here's my thing though, aside from talking crap, at least Jonah didn't try to force himself on Danny after she had asked him to go. Again, I'm just trying to break down what we saw last week. Yeah, then he started running his mouth, which was uncalled for, which led to Danny doing what she did, and then boom. That's not justification. It's explaining why people sometimes get certain reactions, but always keep their hands to themselves. Okay, how about this? If we can admit that Jonah was completely wrong about hitting Danny, which I've already agreed is wrong, can we agree that Danny went too far by killing the man? Right. Don't be biased, but put perspective on both sides. You can't just be all in one because it's a woman. Violence is violence. Yeah, that's the thing. Especially if there's a person who is a victim of a certain form of violence, like their personal experience will always supersede the facts. If it's self-defense and your safety is in jeopardy as a man, you have every right to defend yourself. Yeah, just like I said, Jasmine was beating Gary with that damn bat. She was go back and watch that season 1, episode 19, I think, 19 or 20. She was wailing on him with that bat. He actually tried to walk away from that situation, but when she took his mother's urn and was pouring it into the gas tank of the car, that's when he turned around. He couldn't force himself. He had nothing to okay, that's actually pretty funny. Some may be small to some women. I don't know. They both wrong, period. You're right, but some folks will never hold Danny accountable, so there's no argument here. It is what it is. Exactly. Because women will never be allowed to be hit, but men are just supposed to take beatings, I guess. Will Zach beat up Bones in season 6 for his son? Yep. Yeah, I mean, she did snap, but she did go too far. Jonah was wrong, but Danny was the instigator. Danny was super abusive with her mouth. I agree with that. Yeah. Again, I'm not saying he should have hit her. I'm just saying that it definitely seems to be fact that because she ran her mouth, she got popped in the mouth. Not saying it was right to hit her. I'm saying that was the trigger. I don't know why that's so hard for some people to understand. That was blind rage, not blind. If he would have slapped me and spit on me, it was the spit that got me. I was like, oh man. When Jonah was leaving, she should have let him mumble his ass out of the door. Yeah, exactly. Why did Danny invite a stranger to her home? Let's start there. That's the conversation people don't want to talk about. They just go straight to he has no right putting hands on her. But it goes back to what I said about Mignon's post last week. I think the Danny situation should be viewed through the eyes of, okay, not just women, but men. What can we learn from this situation? Be careful who you invite to your home. Don't ignore certain red flags, So, no, I mean, it just felt like the focus was domestic violence and women victims. But in reality, the lesson should have been more towards, hey, beware the company you keep. So, Danny likes reckless behavior. And I'm not saying she got what she deserved or, yeah, this is what she gets for throwing away a good man like Preston. No, not at all. That's not what I'm saying. Didn't Danny move Preston in for like a week? Yep. Regardless of everything, Danny went way too far with killing him. Yep. Danny let a stranger in and is partly to blame. Yeah, it's just like I feel The thing about a Tyler Perry scene like this, it's hard to tell if there's a lesson to learn from this, if we as an audience can dissect it, or if he just did it for the sake of shock value. Here's one thing I think we should all be able to agree with. When you combine the final scene of last week and the first part of this week, Jonah and Danny both went way too far. Jonah for putting hands on Danny twice, slapping her, choking her, and of course spitting on her. And then Danny went way too far by killing the man. So I feel like we should all be able to agree both went way too far. And that's really all I got to say about it. So until next week, of course. See, imagine if the beginning of this episode was the ending of last week. I don't know who Jordan is. I know Jonah is the name of the guy. I agree with that. Way too far. Okay, then we can close the book on that. All right. Any other topics? I think that about covers it, to be honest. Let me just double check the notes, but I'm pretty sure we explained the episode from top to bottom. Yeah, him spitting on her pissed me off. I was pissed off at that too. It's kind of like in the, what was it, the New Edition story when Mike spit in Bobby's face and then Bobby jumped out of the limo and got into it and started fighting him. Don't sleep with strangers, get to know. I mean, as somebody who's waiting for marriage, it seems like this to make me glad I'm waiting for marriage way too much. Well, not just this scene, but also like Zach and Karen, like the pregnancy thing. No. But as usual, I'm having a lot more fun talking about the episode with you all than actually watching it. So, yeah, this episode was meh. I mean, seriously, like I said, the episode started up here, but then the rest of the episode was like down here. I don't care about the Andy and Gary stuff. Karen was just a straight up child the entire episode. Miss Lisa leaving is a bit of a downer. It makes it feel like the last month and a half was nothing. Oh yeah, I'd rather get slapped or punched in the face than spit on, because spit makes you want to stab somebody. Yeah, I agree. I would rather take a punch than spit. Yeah, the trailer was better than the episode. That is a common trend with Tyler Perry content, where the trailer is just, the butler or the color purple. Danny said I killed him. Yeah, I'm just reading a tweet. I wasn't aware of the new character coming. Thanks, Isaac. Yeah, season 6, there's a lot of new characters. The spit was disgusting. I think people talking about Preston saving the day, but Tyler ruined the character when he mentioned Mindy, that girl from back home that was waiting to marry him. That ruined it for me. Oh yeah, let me check my tweets. I want to see which tweet was like the biggest one of the night. Doesn't seem like Madam will help with Sabrina's case. Well, not really, because remember, Andy just asked Madam to get help, getting information on it. So it's not like Madam is going to get Sabrina out. That was never the agreement. Even Madam was just like, wait, that's all you need me to do, get some information for you. And then she hooked up with the judge, and that was it. Miss Lisa feels Aaron is too good to be true, but she likes him. Thank you. I was wondering that too. I'm like, okay, you went from being suspicious of this guy to willingly letting him take over in terms of taking care of Karen. I just saw coming attractions for next week, and it shows Fatima talking to Hayden. Hayden says she's here because she needs a lawyer for her baby father. Oh, okay. I wish Danny would have explained her situation to Andy and Fatima so Fatima could personally help her. I'm not mad at that, because she isn't aware of Fatima's full contacts like Andy is, even though technically Andy did say that she does have contacts. I missed it tonight what happened when Karen told Zach to leave. I missed it tonight. What happened when Karen told Zach to leave? Zach and Karen were never in the same scene. I think Tyler was trying to show all roads lead to Preston. Danny's looking for real love. But is she really? Now I don't even care to see Preston anymore after that speech he gave at the airport. I agree. Yeah, Danny's in season 6. Somebody sent me a video. Give me a second. Maybe this is like the commercialized trailer. Yay, hang on. Oh yeah, it's the 100th episode. She wasn't. Yeah, I know, right? She wasn't looking for real love. It was hot girl summer. I'm over hating the spit scene. Pissed me off. I feel like they drug the episode out. Yep. Yeah. Zach is not going to worry about Deja's warning because he knows Fatima. Fatima better not catch her talking to her man. I know that much. Yeah. There we go. Her time on the show this season was just a day or two. Yeah, Miss Lisa was only around. Okay, she showed up later that evening or the night that Karen was in the hospital. Then the next day was a whole letter situation. So now she's leaving the next morning. Miss Lisa was barely there for like a day and a half. And she just up and leaves. That makes no sense to me. If she was there, if Miss Lisa was there for like a week or so, until the doctor confirmed that Karen could be off of bed rest, her leaving makes sense. But for her to just leave after barely a day makes no sense. Why Andy didn't ask Madam to get Sabrina out, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of red tape that would need to be cleared for that. Again, I'm no full-on expert on this, but remember, Andy just simply asked, I need help getting information on Sabrina Hollins. That's literally all she asked for. And, she was able to make it happen. She never asked, hey, get my friend out. And in the trailer, because I did get the trailer, Andy asked Danny, are you sure you killed him? So I guess it's up in the air about whether or not she's really dead. Did you see Sabrina's movie, The First Noel? No, I have not watched any of the Christmas movies yet. I will at some point. Okay, I got a tweet. 38 likes. So let me see. 58. Andy lying to Karen. That's probably... Oh, no. Lord, don't let Fatima text Ian to show up at the date. 73. Oh, my God, he's going to propose again. 91. I think that was probably the biggest tweet of the night. Yeah, it was. I keep missing sisters. Young, mid, because he rich. Andy also doesn't seem to know how bad the situation is. Yeah, plus it was just a little teaser trailer. Karen is definitely sickening with wanting Zach to be the father. Yeah, I uploaded a bunch of videos today and I had to rewatch the letter reading scene. And when you listen to her read that letter, I just look at it like it makes no sense. You talk about this guy being trash, which he was, but yet you still want him to be the father of the baby. That makes no sense. Okay, well, I will take a few more comments and we will end the live stream because we've been up here for over an hour. So Danny drive. Yeah, that's a good point. Danny driving her damaged car. Maybe she got an Uber or something. That letter made me mad for good reason too. Throwback holiday. This is because he got money now. Yep. Also, Instagram took down that video about the yams, but I'm going to try to get it back because they got a lot of views. Can I get to the yams? Okay. Okay. Any other questions before we end things here? Can I look at the yams? Look, sweet yams. Dun, 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 dun. And she's obsessed with him as well. Yep. I think Tyler wants the Karen Zach storyline to continue. Man. All right. Okay, well, that's all I got. So thanks so much for tuning in. Hope everybody has a great night. Hit the thumbs up button to show this chat was better than the episode. Thank you. I try. So maybe tonight or tomorrow I'll watch the Oval. Just know the sisters. I might do that thing where I like watch everything and then upload everything at one time. So yeah. So thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great night, and I will catch you in the next one.